2, 3. AIDS!
AIDS, sorry.
Oh my god.
I didn't know.
Welcome to the Circle Jerk Season 2 finale. Long awaited, the critically acclaimed show that's sweeping the nation.
Podcasts everywhere.
Picked up by Netflix, their first Netflix podcast.
They're not going to be there long.
Sponsored by Joe Rogan and Ayahuasca Enterprises.
Expect to see a guest appearance on Big Mouth sometime soon.
Joe, wasn't
Yes,
he just
Nick
arrested
Kroll,
for like
guest star Nick Kroll and John Mulaney are on tonight. You guys are in for a treat.
But we killed them.
Yeah,
Featuring a new-
we did kill them on air.
Featuring a new segment called Too Much Tuna.
You've been pranked. Yeah, so we finally resurrected our long lost Wakandan brother.
God,
Chance the Fapper, he's back. He's
Yeah.
back in black.
Back from prison.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's out of prison after those Colin Kaepernick riots in Baltimore. Baltimore 2 confirmed.
Been here,
2018 too.
Yeah.
been here
I
10
was
minutes.
gonna say
Been
the
here
creator
10
of
minutes and already regretting it.
Well, Ethan said something.
What'd you say, Ethan?
Huh?
Huh?
Well, I was gonna say the cradle robbing, but never mind.
Oh, yes, he does do that, yeah.
I mean, it was your cousin, so...
Baby
Right?
cousin, for our viewers back.
Actually,
It was
a baby.
through a
Yes.
marriage. I didn't even really know her.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Either
So,
way.
we got Chance, we got our boy Dylan back in town. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town.
They told him he was too autistic to work at the place that he was working.
But I'm
so-
still getting paid.
Yes, well,
Paid to be an autist.
affirmative action.
Hey man,
Sit your way.
I had to shatter that glass ceiling.
Right. Okay, Devin.
Lorenz.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways.
So, a lot of shit's going on. At some point, we'll have to recount our D&D adventures with me and Chase. Because we haven't talked about that,
That
for
is
like at least 2 months.
That is a shit show and a half, to be fucking honest.
It's pretty fucking great.
Our D&D campaign is... A lot of shit happens that I didn't know would, but I'm kind of not upset that it did at the
Yes.
same time.
Yes.
Like me coming as an attack.
Okay, you literally did nothing in that.
Wow.
Let's...
Yes, I saved
Roll
it.
the
I
net
saved
20 for that.
Brandy's life.
Now here,
What?
With
serious,
my cum.
serious
and you
question.
know it.
Serious question. Was this like a situation where you just like willed yourself to climax?
No.
Or...
So here's the situation. We'll
God.
fast forward through a bunch of shit. But basically, we're facing a fire elemental in this village. I had gone off to get laid. I had somehow convinced this chick who we had just robbed to have a threesome with me and the bar wench that I had fucked before. And so we're up in this inn going to Bangtown.
Bangtown.
Meanwhile, by the way, I had to pass them. The fire elemental was already there. They were like freaking out, trying to figure out what to do about it. I crossed the street into the bar to get pussy and completely ignored them.
Priorities.
And so I'm upstairs fucking, and then eventually Brandy gets like completely downed by like one attack of this fire elemental. She's burning and unconscious.
Oh my god.
And so I see what's happening out there. I hear the screams, and I'm about to climax. So I have the women direct my log like a mortar
They had
shot.
to throw it up on their shoulders.
And so they're stroking. And I just like let a little bit out. I didn't get a good roll, so I just kind of preed. But it was still a significant amount because it's been established in our lore that Dadi, my character, has so much semen that after one load there's like stalactites coming from the ceiling.
What the fuck?
So even a little
Why
bit,
is this lore?
because even like a little bit of pre a little bit of pre, like, extinguished Brady completely. But she's like, just let me die! Just let me die! But I put her out, and she woke up to just
fair.
being covered in semen.
That's fair.
Well,
To be
Off
honest,
myself.
I don't think this is lore. This is just honestly him coming up with shit and the DM being like,
Doing what?
Okay. Shut up.
Wait, you're playing D&D?
Do what? What'd you say, Ethan?
You've been playing D&D?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, me.
You know it. Me, Chase, Brandy, and Josh, and some of Josh's friends.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So.
It's been fun. We've had a lot of cummy misadventures so far.
Okay.
Nice.
To be honest though, you didn't do anything to. Okay.
I literally saved Brandy's life. I don't know why you're devaluing this.
No. Okay.
She was burning to death.
We literally had 3 people with buckets of water
No,
in the
there was
general
no time.
vicinity.
There was no time.
In the general vicinity of her.
I helped
He
you
did-
know it.
No, and you did nothing to fucking fight the actual threat that was in front of us.
Okay, so after that first pre, I had to try to reload and fire off another shot. Didn't get another good roll, so I pre'd a little bit again. And then finally, I had them stroking my shaft to get the final load out. And I finally got a really, really good load, but I overshot it into the woods. I just
Took down a couple trees.
Yeah, I yelled United States of Smash.
What the hell?
Yeah, kind of fucked. It really,
Kind of?
yeah.
Kind of.
And all the while, the group that we're with is getting fucking burned alive by a giant fire demon
Elemental.
shit.
And
Yeah.
I helped.
You did nothing. At this point, I'm pretty sure the group is planning to kill you because you jizzed on everybody.
No, I'm
but
the best
monster.
character you know.
Everybody but the monsters.
Oh yeah, I think I did jizz on you a little bit too.
No, you did. You definitely did.
He's still scarred from it.
Yes. I do have molten jizz.
You have 3 characters in the party that want to kill you.
Chase,
Molten
Brandy, and also
jizz.
Chase.
Yes.
Yes.
My
Mostly
other
Chase.
personality, Chance.
Chancy.
No, fuck you.
So while we're on the subject of D&D, should we just give them a quick recap of?
Quick synopsis
Yeah.
of what all dumb shit. Okay, pretty much Zach's character falls into any and every fucking trap in the game. You
Is he Leroy
you
Jenkins
literally
shit?
fell into every trap that we have ran into in this fucking campaign.
I'm taking bullets for you guys.
First off,
that shows my affection for the group.
I don't think that's what it
I'm a team
is.
player, Chase.
I don't think that's what it is.
it is. Plus, you lured me into 2 of them.
I
so-
lured you into 1.
Bullshit.
At least he admits it.
To 1. I will
Nope.
give you
2.
1. Okay, this is what he's referring to is the first fucking day we played. I put my hand up to tell the group to stop. His character thought it meant I wanted a high five, and then he got hung up in a tree trap. The second one that happened,
Was I there for that shit?
yeah,
I remember
you were there for
shit.
that one.
I was there for
Yeah.
that.
The second one that happened, this one I actually planned because we ran into another trap, and I was like, okay. And to be fair, I told everybody in the group, if I put my hand up again, it means stop, not I want a high five. His dumbass character didn't listen. I put my hand up again, and he fell down a fucking hole.
Oh, was this where you... Yes, I was there for that shit too. Because you leave him in the hole, and you jump across it, and you're like, bye, bitch.
Yep. Our characters don't like each other that much.
Yes, but we always end up in situations together.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the major things was we ran into this village that had a bunch of zombies in it. We were trying to find a treasure for this chick that was in another town. Meanwhile, we ran into baby Groots that want to kill us, giant spiders, zombies,
and a cult.
and a cult that worships a dragon. So
Oh,
there's
yeah,
this
the Wrath of
fucking
Tiamat.
dragon called Venom Fang that's in the center of the village and just has a fucking stockpile of gold.
Ethan, you probably know this one. Or have heard of this.
Have you gone through this campaign, Ethan?
the Wrath of Tiamat.
Probably.
No.
I don't know if
I don't
that's
think
what
so.
it's called.
The main module is focused around the largest dragon ever, and there's a red dragon cult, and they're trying to gain recruits any way they can.
Okay, it sounds
similar,
similar, but...
This one's a poison dragon named Venom Fang.
So this is probably the baby module version of
Yeah.
that.
I think this is the most basic of campaigns. But basically
Still giving them
we tried to infiltrate this cult to kind of figure out how to deal with this dragon.
You tried to infiltrate.
Zach, what class?
Zach.
are you?
No, that was a group decision. That was a smart thing to do.
Okay.
But the cult betrayed us.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
What? They're a cult. They're really trustworthy people.
You never know. The druid we ran into spoke highly of him. Yeah, we found this druid. He's literally the only person living in this village. We're like, why do you live here with so much shit that wants to kill you? And he's like, this is my home. We're like, all right. So he's kind of helping us out.
Is his name Walter by any chance?
I don't even remember what his name is.
Yes.
No. But, so the cult's plan was, like, to give jewels to the dragon, because dragons like shiny things. So we went to present our shit to the dragon, and immediately the guy's like, we brought you another present. And then all the cultists turned on us. So we had to slaughter them. Brandy, like, used a sleep spell to put, like, 3 of them asleep, including the leader. So the leader's, like, in the dragon's little castle thing, and, we, like, wipe them out, and then Venom Fang wants to attack us for some reason. Even though we didn't provoke him whatsoever.
I was like, oh, fuck, we're gonna fucking die. I'm weary of this situation, because I'm like, we're facing a dragon. The name of the fucking creature we're facing is in the name of the game we're playing, so it has to be fucking kind of hard to fight.
Yeah.
And Dak's like, no, we got this. We fucking
I'm
got
like, we
this.
can take this.
We're gonna kill this motherfucker. And I'm just like, I'm hiding.
So immediately the dragon like comes out, plops literally like a foot away from Brandy, and uses this fucking venom attack, this venom breath that is like a cone of damage for like 40 feet or something. She's right on top of it. Doesn't get hit.
What? Nat 20 for the win.
But this other fucker that Josh's friend Patrick is off to the side gets down.
He got to roll 12d6's worth of damage.
Yeah.
On the first attack.
So we're like, fuck this.
Yeah, man,
There's
dragons
no
are no
way.
joke.
So they left him to die.
No, Chayce drags him off. He gave him some of his dank kush to smoke and heal him a little bit.
His dank kush.
From that druid that was in town, I looked to him. I was like, "Do you have any like healing herbs or healing weed?" And he was like, "Yeah, give me a gold for it." So I had like some healing weed that my character was gonna smoke on her own.
That is medicinal.
Yeah,
He got a card for that.
His glaucoma.
I got a card for it. And then I fucking see him go down like shit, so I use it on him, and then we run the fuck off.
Yeah. But, Brandy used this spell that makes enemies laugh uncontrollably until they have a saving throw and break free of it. So Venom Fang, for like 3 turns, is just rolling on the floor laughing. Meanwhile, we had killed all the cultists except the leader that was still asleep. Everyone is, like, running off to the winds, except my character. I'm like, I'm going for that gold. And so,
By myself.
Josh,
Yeah.
the
Because
DM,
he doesn't have to share it then.
right? Josh, the DM, he's like, okay, now tell me exactly what you're. And then he looks down at the board and he's like, oh, you're already in his lair.
I think I still have the messages from when that fucking happened.
Yeah, well, Megan had missed out that day. She's like a bird person. And so, like, she's like, my people need me, and, like, flew off somewhere while we're dealing with this fucking dragon. And so we sit through that thing, and she's like, stop Zach, what did he do? I'm like, it wasn't my fault this time. But, so I go in, I, like, just, like, while I'm running past, throw a hand axe at that cultist that is sleeping. Just headshot him and kill him. Get a quick teabag, and then go in, grab as much gold and this sweet ass axe, and I just book it out of there. And I made it. I was the only one that made anything that got anything of worth from that whole fight.
Yeah. The fucked up part is like none of our characters know, like, in
They
game.
were already gone. They have no idea that I got that shit.
In game, none of our characters know that he stole this shit.
Yeah.
But the DM was like, well, the fact that you stole from a dragon that you did not kill, a dragon remembers.
Might come back to haunt you.
Yeah, because
He's like,
dragon.
he's like, dragons know every piece of gold that is in their collection, so he will come after you.
So we have a fucking.
He took that one that was stuck near my butthole.
My butt plug coin.
Jurassic Park 3 shit is what you set up.
Him. Once
That's what I said.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So Chayce is separated. He's with this guy that is like at 2 HP, limping along.
I was
And
at
then the
9
rest of the
HP.
party that's like, yeah, he was low too. But the rest of the party that's like basically full health was with me. So we run off. We come across this like abandoned castle thing. Meanwhile, we see Venom Fang. He finally broke free of his laugh as soon as we were gone. So he like takes to the air, and we see him searching for us and shit. We find this castle with like a bunch of zombies outside. So Brandy comes up with the bright idea of wallowing in a dead deer carcass to try to blend in with them.
What?
It kind of works.
Walking Dead, that shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So we're looking around this place, and we see that there's like a necromancer set up in this tent, and he's like excavating this artifact in the ground with a rod. And so while he's doing that, Brandy goes and sneaks past them all, covered in guts, and tries to like rob this guy blind. She succeeds, but I'm like making hand signals to her, like saying, if you don't share this shit with us, I'm going to scream. She says, fuck you, but then I say, you should burn that tent while he's inside. So she sets it on fire. The necromancer's freaking the fuck out. He escapes, and then he like sees one of the zombies. He got like a little scorched by the fire, and he blames him and just executes him.
Oh my god.
So this guy, he's like looking through his stuff. He realizes that he's been robbed blind, and he just kind of gives up on life. He just like we're watching this all unfold. He just like sits down and just stares at the ceiling for hours, literally.
What the hell, dude?
And so I'm like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. So as soon as it's dark, I go in, slit the fucker's throat, and then chop off his wang.
Why?
For a trophy.
For a trophy, yes. At this point, Chayce and Ray meet up with the group and reunite as soon as I'm cutting the dick off. But, yeah, we found, like, this... The thing that he was excavating was, like, this golden monkey statue with rubies in it and shit. And it was, like, had, like, some kind of spirit inside of it. And Chayce, he's, like, part demon, so he tried speaking with it.
And like the minute I spoke to it, like the eyes like lit up red or something like that. It didn't say anything, but it just lit up red, and I was like, yeah, we might not want to keep this around or whatever. So Zach had the bright idea to sell it to a
To
fucking
the dragon.
That would have been good.
Fast forward, we like get through the forest. We have this fucking statue or whatever. We find an owl bear. We make it our pet. Name it Appa, and then we go.
You can't fly.
Appa.
We don't know yet.
Literally right before that, we were like talking about Avatar too, and like how in that show they don't have like normal. Well, they have like the one normal bear, but they have like owl bears or like
A flying bison.
whatever
a
kind of
fucking
bears they have.
flying
And then they
lemur.
run into the actual bear. They're like, "What kind of bear?"
So
Just a bear. They're like, "This place is weird." 2 seconds later, we run into Appa. I throw him the severed dick. He enjoys it. He's kind of getting tame towards us.
Yeah, so you feed something a severed dick, and apparently you can have it
What
as a
the
pet.
hell?
The more you know.
Yeah. So we try to sell this thing to.
He
Like-
attempted to sell it at first. because-
Yeah, the person was offering me like 300 gold, which to give you reference, that's as much as I had in my entire inventory from the campaign so far.
So it was a sizable amount.
Yeah, but Chayce comes in, he's like, hold on, I know shit about this. I can get you a better deal. Jacks it up to 1,000. So we kind of split it a little bit. And I'm like,
A little bit?
yeah. And then I take Chayce off to the side, I'm like, dude, as soon as it's dark, we need to rob this bitch.
Get it back?
Yeah, so we do exactly that. We come later that night, and we're like,
You do what later that night?
that too.
Okay.
Well, up to this point, I had no idea that the shop owner was female. So that changed everything.
Oh my god.
So Chayce, tell them what you...
How did you not know that? You tried to sell
Because
it to
Josh
her.
didn't fucking tell us.
Josh didn't tell. Like at this point, Josh didn't tell us that like the shopkeeper was a woman.
Yeah,
we just assumed
because
it was
after
a
we
man.
got into the shop, I was like, I'm gonna look for this guy's wife and daughter. Because it wasn't enough to rob him. I wanted to like plant my seed in his family.
He was pretty much he was gonna pillage and rape.
I was
And
not going to rape.
You were going to rape.
I was going to propose, but they wouldn't reject me because of the implication.
Rape. Anyway, so we get in there and like we see the shopkeeper working on the fucking statue or whatever. So my character has this ability where she can like make a bunch of scary shit happen. So I scared the shit.
Demon.
Yes.
So I scared the shit out of the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper drops the statue while she was trying to get the ruby out, and it falls on the ground, and she runs the fuck out. Me and Zach sneak in, and I pick up the statue, and it's like fizzling, and like smoke is coming out of it. And I looked
cracked the ruby when
Yeah.
she dropped it.
Yeah, so I looked at Zach. I was like, "We need to get the fuck out." And Zach's like, "No, I'm gonna look around." So my character.
For the daughter and wife.
Also, at this point, I heard like voices outside the shop, so my ass snuck out, left him in the shop, and ran towards the rest of our party because I was like, we need to figure this shit out. And he's in the fucking house, and then I get to the party, I'm like, yeah, this is happening. So I chuck the trophy, and then out pops the flame spirit, and that's how all that shit started.
Yeah. So
Oh, so the fire elemental was in the statue.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So the shop owner had like run across, just like fleeing after Chayce had made all the shit shake, and she was just drinking herself silly in the bar.
Yeah.
And I had like been trying to sleep with this bar wench prior to this forever. Finally sealed the deal a couple of weeks ago, and so I go up to her. I'm like, "We need what would you say we spice up our relationship? Have a threesome with that girl." I roll like a 19 or a 20 or something.
So it was happening.
She's into it. She asked the girl, "Have you ever been with a woman before?" She says yes. So we propositioned her to go up to the room, and that's how I got my threesome.
He got his trike belt.
I did. Daddy's home.
Oh my God.
And that's
So-
where we are right now. So
So people are covered in cummies and the fire elemental. Got it.
True.
well, the fire elemental is dead now.
Yeah.
No thanks
Well,
to
okay,
him.
we have to tell him how he got killed, though. The final
Oh
attack.
my god. Okay, so we have this goblin that we saved.
Is it Brandy?
No, it's
Brandy's
Brandy's
slave.
goblin.
Oh.
Brandy's slave.
Which she bought a tuxedo for, by the way.
So my character has she sees him as like a little child or whatever, so she gives him gold all the time or whatever. But the goblin's name is Dinkle, and like Dinkle just got like put to sleep because he doesn't like taking baths. So to give him a bath, Brandy casts sleep on him and like washes him while he's fucking
He
asleep.
literally like shrieks.
So,
Whenever
yeah.
he's taking a bath.
So while he was sleeping, all the fucking fire elemental shit started going off. And he wakes up and he was like throwing his bath water out the window and got the fire elemental at first. And then like it got down to like to where the fire elemental was almost dead. And it was Dinkle's turn. And we're like, Dinkle, throw water down or something to help. And he's like, no. And I was like, I will give you 10 gold if he has like a thing for gold. So we know if we bribe him, he'll do whatever we want.
Yeah. He has
he's
no
like-
concept of money, though. He
like-
just likes that shiny.
Like I said, I'll give him 10 gold. He's like, give me 5. It's like,
Sold?
okay.
Because math.
Yes. So he was like, I was like, I'll give you gold if you do it. He's like, is it shiny? I'm like, yes, very shiny. He jumps out of a fucking 2 to 3 story window, butt ass naked, with a bucket of water, and tosses it at the fucking fire elemental, killing it. Like that was the final attack on it, and it killed it. It was like,
But he takes so much fall damage that Josh is like, he's going to die from this. But we made an executive decision as a group that he was too integral to our story to die. So he just had like several compound fractures. That was it.
And that's like whatever like we went over to him with like his leg broken like up in the air and shit like that. I was like, Nickel, you did good. I'll give you 10 gold. He's like, give me 5. I'll give you. I was like, I'll give you 7. 2, and that's my final offer. And I was like, you'll take 7. He's like, I'll take 7.
Yeah, he looked like that fucker from the NBA a couple of years ago that had like the bone jutting out.
Dude, that was fucking. Oh, I watched that game live and saw that. Oh my god.
Scare.
Yeah.
Yes, big spooks.
Anyways.
Yes. So we got that out of the way. Ethan, are you there?
Yes.
My brother.
He's getting head.
Do you have the loops?
The what?
The loops.
He's hanging out with Big Chungus.
Dude, that is well thought out memes.
That is
Big
my
Chungus.
Dude, the one I posted in the group. Oh, there was Red Dead Chungus that killed me, and there's another one that I was like, dude, these are gold.
How do you feel about Big Chungus?
She hates Big Chungus.
So long.
It's the funniest thing.
That's what Steven calls his wang.
Nope, but now I'm going
In the
to.
same sheet as well.
Take Big Chungus.
Oh my god.
Suck on my Chungus.
Jimmy Chungus.
Oh my god.
Dude, these are gold. What the fuck is
My legs.
that? Sweet Jesus.
You right.
Ethan, did you have anything that you want to talk about? Any topics? Penis?
Yeah, I miss you guys. What's up?
Miss you too, brother.
My brother.
My brother.
Do you know the way?
So, I was talking to Steven about a theory that I thought of for Kingdom Hearts
Shadow of the
3
Chungus.
the other day
What?
that I can't believe that we have never thought about before.
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
fucked.
it's fake.
I came up with it the other day. It just came to me. I'm like, dude, what if the reason that Riku has this affliction for darkness and silver hair is because he's Xehanort's child?
What? Get out.
Get out!
I mean,
Think about it,
Maybe.
You
though.
would fucking shit, dude.
maybe because I mean,
Where did they all come from before Destiny Island, though?
Right.
You
that's
never
what
know.
That's what I was thinking.
I feel like, honestly, like the way everything else goes, I feel like they literally probably just like showed up on the island one day, no other explanation, and that's just how it was.
Yep.
Like, you know.
Yeah. None of them have parents besides
Yeah.
Sora. Kind of. You never
Yeah,
even
kinda,
see her-
sorta.
You never even see her.
Sora, dinner's
So-
ready.
Oh
oh my god.
Don't forget to eat your breakfast.
Fruit salad.
That it might. I mean, they could go that route. I don't think they will, but I mean that's probably something that could happen.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, the main story for 3 is, like, they have to go around killing Xehanort's different forms or whatever.
Yeah.
So they got, like, you know, Xemnas, Xehanort. They got, like, young Xehanort, the, like, old one from Birth by Sleep. Then they have Aqua, who is, like, possessed by him now, somehow.
Oh, jeez.
And Terra, who is
Right.
possessed by him. I was like, what if the final one that they have to
Is
fight
Riku.
turns out to be Riku? And you have like this bittersweet thing at the end where you have to seal your friend away to save the world.
Damn.
I'll kill it.
I'll be sad.
Yeah.
Big sad.
I won't.
I won't.
Big chungus. Now I can finally share my Paupu with Kyrie.
Shares it with Riku instead.
Oh my god. I can't get it up without Riku around. So we got 27 days till KH3.
Shit.
It's pretty unbelievable.
It's kind of sad though because like it's almost blasphemous, but like I'm gonna have to get it for the Xbox, not the PlayStation,
Why?
because I don't have enough room on my Playstation.
Oh,
I want
Kill
to delete
yourself.
everything else.
I have to get it from my ColecoVision.
I'm getting it for my
My
SNES.
Dreamcast.
Okay,
My Sega.
hold on.
Dude.
I
don't
couldn't
know,
be
like,
more disappointed in someone.
I feel dirty for playing it on the Xbox. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
It just wouldn't feel the same. Like you've played every one on a PlayStation or PlayStation console so
Nope.
far. Well, like if you've played it before.
Yeah, you need to jump on that train, boy.
Do I though?
Man, I might just have to
It's
delete
like
everything
it's
off my
literally like at the
PlayStation.
top of
Just get
all
like
of
a-
our
just get
lists
next time
of games.
Ah, but those are so expensive. Then I'd be spending like $80 and then full price for a KH3. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I'll just take one for the team and delete all my shit.
I haven't. Yeah, I might be able to get you an extra one if I can. I'll let you know.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
But it is. Chayce has connections.
He knows people.
What, the underground kid mafia?
Wow.
It's from DeSoto, actually.
Hey, so a quick little tidbit about DeSoto. The other day I was driving through there for work, and I go by the Walmart out there, and there's like a Sonic and a Taco Bell and
Yeah.
stuff right there.
You know it.
So at the Sonic on the billboard, it said like half price burgers on this day of the week or whatever, but they spelled burgers BURGARS. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me nobody that works at the Sonic or the Taco Bell or the Walmart has gone in there and said, hey, retards, your sign is completely spelled wrong, and it's right off the fucking highway, so everybody sees it. Like, what? I don't understand. Like,
Chayce is the one that did it.
Like,
and
they
you're-
can't be
you're
that
very
stupid.
Embarrassing him.
People in that town aren't the brightest. I'm just gonna say that.
but the whole town?
It's like kind of like how it is in England with color and color.
Burger and burger.
Burger. They're just way more
Half
sophisticated.
price burgers.
That's what you don't know about DeSoto is they're all actually highly intelligent.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're just not on their
We
level.
can't comprehend
Right.
it.
No.
They're like fourth dimensional beings.
As somebody who dated somebody from DeSoto, no, they were not. No,
As someone from DeSoto, they are
Did you know
not.
that Alex Jones is from DeSoto?
I did.
Yes.
He's my uncle.
Oh. Him and Todd.
Todd is not actually your uncle. He's just a front.
He is Alex Jones. He like puts on a fat suit.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
But did you know that they're turning the frogs gay?
I did. I heard that somewhere.
Ah.
Dude, I watched part of his Joe Rogan appearance.
Yeah.
It's rough, dude.
I
Like
know.
it's so hard to listen
Was
to.
it like wasn't his other friend on there, like the Mexican?
Yeah, it was
dude?
Alex Jones and somebody else. I can't remember the other guy's
Yeah,
name.
that guy's out of his fucking mind too. He's
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's like a flat earther, like moon landing conspiracy theorist, like chemtrails. He's into all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
I love chemtrails.
Entrails?
Entrails.
Yes.
Funny story about Alex Jones while we're on this subject.
Oh no.
My dad, he's always been obsessed with like nutrients and shit, like for being healthy or whatever, like these stupid diets and shit.
Your
He-
dad has?
Yeah, and
Huh.
he was telling me about this like new thing that he was looking into. I'm like, Dad, this is bullshit.
Oh, boy, here we go.
He's like, he had like a list of like places where he was reading about it on it, and I was looking through it. And one of them was, I kid you not, InfoWars.
Oh,
yeah,
my
I was
lord.
like, Dad, no.
Automatically disqualified. Alan, what are you doing, man?
Oh my god.
If he's not trying to sell you an electricity pyramid scheme,
Yes.
he's listening to InfoWars.
Dude, what?
Did you not know about this?
No.
And there's like an electric company thing that he was trying to get into, and it was basically a pyramid scheme.
exactly what it was.
Like, he kept explaining it to me. I'm like, Dad, it doesn't make sense. How do they make money? You're just getting money by getting people underneath you to do it.
Yeah, literally a pyramid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he tried. This was back before I went to Japan. I was
Yeah.
over at their house talking to him, and he was like, "Hey, is this something you'd be interested in? I'll send you some information on it." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah.
The premise is totally whack, but I'll listen to you because I like Alan.
Yeah.
And so I like watch the stuff he sends me, and I'm like, this is straight up fucking scam. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
He's like, they just opened up Japan to this market. You could totally pay for your trip. I'm like, Dad, please don't talk to Dylan about this.
So, you know, I sat through.
Why would Alan steer you wrong?
Because sometimes he's high as a motherfucker.
Alan, that's not all she taught me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dude, there's just so many like goofy one-liner like moments I remember from your dad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We were sitting in front of the school that one morning for that test we had to go and take, and I can't even remember who was on the radio, or someone like complained about something on the radio, and he just looks at us and he goes, "What a pussy!" You know, it's like, what the hell, dude? Like 6:30 in the morning,
Dude.
He's just ripping on people.
Remember when we played Cards Against Humanity at your house and
Yeah,
your
I
dad
remember.
was there? You fucking you were like just.
I wanted him to leave.
You wanted him. I was cracking up laughing at him.
I thought it would have been great.
Yeah, I know you guys enjoy it.
Anytime Alan's involved, it's usually a good time for everyone but Zach.
But
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It was probably like when we played Cards Against Humanity at Christmas, and my grandma said anno beads.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Oh no. Virginia?
Yes. She didn't know what it was. She said anal beads, and we're like crying. We're laughing so hard.
And Walter leans over and says, "What you got inside you right now?"
Oh my god! No way. It was kind of funny though, because like Grandpa usually doesn't pay attention to shit, but we're playing, and like one of the cards is something about like how old people smell or something like that, and he heard that and he said, like out loud, like Ben Gay. And we're just like, what? It was just so random. He was like asleep the rest of the game.
Passes out again right
Like
after
Ben Gay.
Wow.
I can
No,
see
dude.
it.
I cannot see them playing Cards Against Humanity.
Grandpa wasn't. Grandma was.
Yeah.
She just looks at these. Well, none of these are very nice, and we're like, well, that's the point, Grandma. Like,
Let me explain to you how this works.
Dude.
it was pretty funny hearing my little brother say the fleshy fun bridge, though. That was pretty interesting.
What about him explaining what a glory hole is?
Yeah, Nathan knows what glory holes are.
And got one at school.
I made it.
Oh.
Sick.
It's just a pinhole.
The width of a mechanical pencil.
And it's too big for him.
I'm swimming in this.
Oh,
Gosh.
Jesus
Anyways.
Christ.
this whole about
Needle
to make
dick.
it risk it all.
Dude, you guys need to go see the new Spider-Man and Into the Spider-Verse.
I want to see it so bad.
Fucking amazing. I recommend. I'm going to go see it a second time. I will.
Damn.
That movie is so fucking good. Like,
Now, are
literally.
you just saying this because Spider-Man's black in this one?
No, it's not even that. Like, it just has the. It's honestly, I think, the best Spider-Man movie. Just the way they.
Over
way,
3?
Well, dude, it's like it's the first time like they've mainstream, other than comic books, like introduced the dimensional aspect of Spider-Man, though.
Yeah.
Like it's been in games, it's been in other stuff,
It's a good,
animated series. It's just never been like released out like that.
Like a
That's-
movie, an
Yeah,
actual movie.
right. It's awesome.
And
I'm excited to see it.
The thing I love about it is they don't introduce characters like how fucking, how the Justice League tried to introduce a shit ton of new characters out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yes, there are a ton of new characters that come in, but they do such a great way of introducing them that you're like, okay, I got the backstory on them. Okay, I'm invested in them in some way, shape, or form. And
Versus they just show up and you're like,
who the fuck are you? Yeah, like they
Oh,
don't.
Cyborg.
Yeah. So it is. The storyline is great. The choreography in the film,
The sex scenes.
the flow of the movie,
It looks awesome.
it is very good. Like, and people are like, "What? It's just an animated movie. It can't be that great." I'm like,
y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
just because it's animated, like, and it's not live
Shit.
action, like, there's so much more you can do in an animated movie that you can't do in a live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's shit that you can do in animated stuff that like would just be goofy and
live
real
action.
life. Or
that's
like-
that's why anime movies don't work. They're
Dragon Ball.
goofy as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, I tried watching the Full Metal Alchemist one. It's
Oh
rough.
god.
It's so bad.
It looked bad.
Beowulf, yes.
Beowulf.
AIDS.
That movie.
Didn't
from, like,
you and your dad go to see that?
2007?
That's
Yes.
you guys went and like
It
walked out of the
was-
theater or something.
No, we didn't walk out of it. Like, we watched the movie, but it was weird. Like, they tried.
I
to
saw
make,
it later on. It was really odd, dude. It was
They-
a weird in between.
Like, they tried to make them look real, but like, you could tell that they were definitely CGI.
Yeah. I feel like in Aquaman, the people were CGI, like more, like in certain
you
scenes.
said that. I wasn't.
It was weird, dude. Like
it.
some of the underwater scenes, and I get that like the environments would be CGI, but
No,
like
that was filmed
it-
on location.
it literally took.
Yeah, they
me-
built Atlantis in this movie.
No, it took me back to
and
like
the crab people.
You guys remember Tron Legacy when they did CGI Jeff Bridges?
The new one, yes.
Underwater.
See,
core.
I just-
It literally reminded me of that. Like it looked like it doesn't look quite real. Only in certain scenes though.
Yeah.
It wasn't the whole movie by any means. Just certain times it
I
was
still
weird.
have to
They
see
moved. They moved awkward, and I mean the movie was incredible. I loved it.
It was.
I was not ready for how much I was gonna like that movie.
I saw today that it actually exceeded Wonder Woman in the box
Really?
office. Yeah.
Wow.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. They were talking about it on the radio this morning, and they kept saying like, I guess it like it's always so underrated because it's the DC title, you know?
Right.
Like they think because people are so pro Marvel that they're just like DC's gonna suck.
Well,
But it
I
was-
think after Endgame, they're gonna have this window of opportunity that they can.
Oh,
just
yeah, dude,
start
they need to start
blasting
cranking.
it.
Yeah.
Like the reason why a lot of people like Marvel movies over DC though is just because I feel like
We've
Marvel,
been so oversaturated with
They
Marvel
built
movies.
it up. They've had time
Yeah.
to build
yeah,
up.
they've
Now
had,
they're trying to play catch up with
They
DC.
do it the right way. Like whenever when Marvel didn't rush everything. DC tried to jump in the fray and like try and like take advantage. And
Yeah.
it's just like you just didn't do it the right way. You tried to speed up the process so quick that nobody was invested in the characters that
Yeah,
you
I
brought
mean, you
forward.
look at Marvel's Phase 1. It is a literal decade. Iron Man 1 came out when we were in 7th grade.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well-
they weren't releasing them as frequently back then.
Also
Oh,
true.
God, no.
But they
Yeah.
still started it back then, and it's been this build-up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been gradual.
Yeah, but they didn't have as many
I don't
characters
think that was a
back then either.
decade though, because
Iron Man 1 was 2007.
okay. Avengers 1 came out 2011. That's not a decade.
No, but that was
That's
Phase
like
1.
4 years.
That wasn't Phase 1's end.
That was the end of Phase 1.
Pretty positive. Infinity War.
Avengers. What?
Infinity War was Phase 1.
No, dude. This is like Phase 3. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Phase 3. Yeah,
Are
they.
we really in Phase 3?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I thought we were Phase 1.
I think Phase 2 ended with Ultron, right?
Phase 2 ended with Ultron. Phase 3 ended with Infinity War.
Yeah. Or what?
What,
Wait, no,
it went with
no.
Endgame, right?
And yeah.
What about Phase 30?
Wait,
I'll murder
It's
you.
coming.
Phase 20.
Nick
is gonna
didn't even have kids
It
then.
is.
Damn.
You know, that's
Not
fair.
that we know of.
No, so like
Mary just has this child that's just
Dude.
like looks like an absolute like sloth from the
Holy
Goonies.
shit.
Just keeps in the basement, chained up.
oh boy.
That's why they broke up. Nick couldn't take it anymore.
Okay.
You're a horrible human being.
Hey, you
Yes,
guys. Just like fuck this.
Yeah. No, like what's gonna happen after Endgame though for Marvel? Like what?
I think
Okay.
they're gonna kill Iron Man off and
Well,
replace
but like
him
look
with
at all these
Ironheart, I
actors
think.
though that are like done with Marvel though after this movie.
I think
You
it's
know?
just Tony. Everyone else is
Chris
not
Evans
either.
Chris
might
Evans
be
is
done
done.
too.
I heard
Supposedly
that he's
not
coming
done,
back,
though.
yeah.
What?
Supposedly he's
Yeah.
not done.
What the hell?
I heard mixed things. I heard some people say he was done.
I
and
thought I
then-
saw somewhere that
I think he might do one more
Hemsworth was
movie.
done too though.
Well, I think their contracts were up, but I think they're signing them back
Okay,
up.
so I thought that I knew their contracts were up, but I thought they were just like, all right, we're done, sad day, you know.
They'd be foolish to get out of this shit.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, why
Well,
are they
okay.
so eager to go? Like, I don't get it.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Okay, here's the thing. Once Endgame is up, they have a bunch of standalone films that like they can make a shit ton of Spider-Man movies because Tom Holland is young enough to where they can continue that for a while.
Yeah.
And then I don't see them bringing Miles Morales in, but that's another
I could
route
see that.
Like not instantly, not yet. They have a while.
Because if they're touching on it with the Spider-Verse, granted that's different, but
that's a different.
They've got to
studio.
get into it at some point,
Yeah, that's
They'd be
a
dumb to not.
That's a route they could go at some point.
Think of how many other like dimensions there are though, like that they can go into. That would be
like
viable.
the pig
I
Spider-Man.
will say this.
No.
Spider Pig?
Yes.
I will say this. Like this isn't really a.
Well, like, see, I think like a noir. I think if they did a thing on noir, that would take the fuck off. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, noir Spider-Man?
Yeah,
that'd be pretty dope. But
like an actual movie.
There's that one. There's fucking.
Ethan's just communicating through messages.
Peter Shitstain.
There's
Thanos starts blowing some dude, then the credits roll.
Oh my god! Just in.
That's what I call an
You should have aimed for the head.
Pushes Thor's head down. Only the worthy can wield my hammer.
Oh my god.
Please no.
Kill it with fire.
I would.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like noir personally, that was like whenever I first like found the dimensional stuff, I was like, that is so cool.
What is that?
It's a
Here.
It's a
Is that a comic?
It's a.
It's
Spider-Man.
one of the dimensional Spider-Man.
Yeah, he fights Nazis and something else.
Doesn't he kill people?
Yeah.
Like you ever see Hammerhead? That's like his main villain.
Yeah.
No.
So this is what he looks like. He's really old style. He looks badass, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat because he's wearing just like regular clothes and like a leather jacket and stuff. He looks like got like a Tommy gun and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Damn, I've never even seen this.
Yeah, dude, it's badass.
I don't think this spoils anything from the movie, so I'll tell you. But there's like 6 Spider people in this movie. There's
Yeah, they've showed it.
yeah,
Like,
they've showed
I've
it.
seen
Yeah.
it.
So there's
Yeah.
the Peter Parker. There's Miles Morales. There's Gwen Stacy, who in her
Which I really didn't know about that.
that's
I didn't know about
Spider-
Spider-Gwen. No.
Spider Gwen is
That was like the
pretty
one I was just like, what?
Spider Gwen is pretty recent. She's actually her backstory is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
She died because Peter had sex with her, and the semen.
Radioactive
the semen.
semen.
Yeah, this is legit. She actually died from that in one of the storylines.
Yep.
Are you shitting me?
No, I don't know who approved that. How that passed Stan Lee.
But-
So that,
Yes.
like the
It
blood,
happened.
like there is one of them where I think he tried to give somebody like a blood transfusion and it killed him too.
Probably.
I thought it was May.
Just stop
Seriously, like
giving
someone
them
was dying.
fluids, Peter.
No, like it was like a
I
last
think I know who
ditch.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
And then there's fucking
this one's gonna be
Well, he
cool.
butt
2099
Uncle
too.
Ben in that
Oh, yeah.
one origin story. It killed
his
him.
okay. So
Which one's
So,
the
yeah,
one with the
unbelievable.
tentacles though?
Anal prolapse.
Yeah.
Tentacles?
Yeah, that was the subtitle. Spider-Man.
I thought that was
anal prolapse.
2099, but it's
No,
not.
2099 has like that Spider-Man is different from the regular Spider-Man. Actually, all of these Spider people have very different powers in this movie, and I'm actually except for like Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man, they're actually like the original Spider-Man. Like they have very similar powers, but most of the Spider people in this movie have very different powers, and I kind of like that. So it's not necessarily
Just a bunch of like web swingers.
like everybody
Yeah.
has something that kind of makes them unique. Even Spider-Pig, which I
That
wasn't
is pretty
expecting
funny.
to be in this movie, but I'm just like after he was in there, I'm just like,
This
yeah,
is happening.
What's his power?
you'll see. I'll let you know. I won't ruin it, but I like him. He brings a nice comical relief to it.
Does he have little like udder nipple things?
Oh my
Like,
God.
shoot,
He's like
shoot
Hawk
the web
from
out.
Seven Deadly Sins, but
He's
better.
Oh my God, Hawk! Jeez, I love
Does
that.
he do that?
No, he does not piggy trot. I wish if he fucking piggy trotted during the fucking like running on the piggy trot, like I would
I'd
fucking
shit.
shit my pants.
He's the
Is
cat.
that that pig from?
Yes.
Yes,
I didn't know.
Seven
I didn't know
Deadly
his
Sins.
name.
Yeah, it's Hawk.
Yeah. Have you seen that before?
I watched season 1.
You need to watch season 2.
I dropped off in 3. I haven't got back
No,
into it
season
yet.
2, that little intermediate thing does not count. That's bullshit.
Yeah, season
Did
Yeah.
they like acknowledge it at all in 3?
No.
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 It just didn't happen.
It's just a lot of backstory.
It's a-
Yeah,
Dream.
it's a lot of like setting up
Yeah, it's a dream that what's her face had.
the princess.
Oh yeah, her wet dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, no, it's like season 3 on Netflix is actually season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
Interesting.
like season 1 is okay, like it's kind of slow, really.
Yeah.
At the end,
Some-
it starts to pick up.
Some badass shit happens.
But season 3
Holy shit.
goes from 0 to 100 like
Real quick.
that.
I'm like right at the point where it starts ramping up big time though.
Oh yeah. So
I
Zach
still-
hasn't seen
It
it,
gets
so we
scary.
can't talk about
Yeah.
it.
I still think my favorite scene though from that entire show is whenever fucking Meliodas is just like outside, like walking. He's like a little to the left, maybe here. Okay, I see Elizabeth. I gotta do something. And that fucking spear comes out of nowhere. He just jumps up and grabs it like it's nothing, and then fucking chucks it, destroys a castle in the process, and makes it land right next to fucking the dude who threw it.
Gil Thunder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
he's just like, oh, you are
Right
alive.
next to his fucking face.
Interesting. Dude, I was not ready for that little bit though.
What part?
Like with Gil,
Gil?
and all them, like yeah.
Gil Faison.
What the, no, like what the situation was though.
Oh, like
the
why?
whole time. I was
No,
like,
yeah.
this is not them. Like I don't understand, but it's not them. And then like it tells you, and I was just like, wow, like
Oh,
it's
like
nuts,
why they
dude.
were the way
Yes,
they
why
were.
they were
Yeah,
acting
yeah.
that way.
Okay, yeah, because that makes sense.
It was such a wide scope though. That was the crazy thing.
and
Once it all
it
ties
made
together and you
sense.
realize, yeah.
it made so
Yeah,
much sense.
because they told you, but you didn't know it when he first met him in the forest.
Mhm.
Like,
Right, yeah, because I remember seeing that again, and I was like, like, I get it.
yeah,
Oh my
you
God.
should get on that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really cool.
The last sin that they introduce, holy shit.
Oh
The-
my
the-
god.
Is that
He's a
the chick or
beast,
the old
dude.
man?
No, the
no,
guy.
it's a new one. It's a new one, and when you meet, it kind of reminds me. No, nah.
Which one are you guys talking about?
The one
Pride?
that-
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He is a beast
Yeah.
with the sugar and yeast.
Right.
Oh my god.
Interesting.
I hate how it's only at certain times though.
Well,
I get it, but
so
Don't. We'll talk. We'll have a conversation about this later.
we can, yes.
okay.
I know what he is, though.
I don't.
Do what?
I know what he is.
Okay.
I wish I
Wait.
didn't know, but I do.
Don't tell me that. I think I just figured out what he is.
We're not going to talk about it
Yeah.
right now.
Okay. Fuck. Anyway.
This is all so vague.
Well, he
Um,
hasn't seen half of it.
Ethan,
Yeah.
it's the fucking. Okay. Have you seen
Seven Deadly
Get
Sins?
on this, because it's actually real good.
Okay, so he's the sin that looks like a butler.
You should. I'm sorry.
What was his name? Something like Elsinore or something like Escanor.
Escanor.
That's what it is.
Yes.
You
Ethan
don't
knows
even
already.
Kyrie's waifu.
Yeah.
I love how I just read the random ones. There's some good tidbits in here.
Oh shit! I forget.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
Hi, bitch. No.
But yeah, so if you know, then you
Hey, Zach.
know.
Kyrie is waifu.
Weefoo.
Weefoo.
Weefu.
Weefy. Weefy.
Wee-woo.
Bless.
Wee-woo.
Weefoo. Okay, dudes.
What?
Who's your favorite and least favorite character on Smash? Like, I know you haven't played it yet, Zach. But like,
I usually main Falco because I'm not really like good at
Falco
Smash.
kind of blows ass in this one though.
he's not that.
He
good.
really did. They just like fucking took all the ass that he had ever before and just gone.
They drained that fat ass and gave it to King K. Rool.
Well, like, it's weird though because like I thought Wolf used to be kind of quick,
Uh huh.
but like he's just like a freaking rock now.
Yeah.
He's so heavy.
Dude.
I don't know, man. Like obviously Link is my go-to,
Yeah.
my absolute favorite. But like if it's not him, it's Simon or Little Mac. Just because Little Mac, I just started using this game and he's
Because
awesome.
you get to punch people with
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. But Simon, like, I was really excited about him, and I started using him like the instant I unlocked him.
So is Trevor Belmont an actual playable character? Is he like a trophy?
He's a
Is
trophy.
he a
Yeah,
trophy?
Simon
It's
and
just
Richter
Richter.
are the
It's just those
unlockables.
two?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I got them both, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I get an actual Belmont.
Dude, I fucking okay. I main with Young Link just because he's quicker.
Yeah.
So like you can, but the thing I hate about him is his grab takes so fucking long.
Right.
It opens you up.
Well,
for
regular Link, I didn't realize they made him like literally like the heaviest hitter
Yeah.
in the game, pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty. He racks up some fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's his side smash though. It's because it's a double, but that's
So it's kind of cheating.
Well, he's not as cheap as some people in that game.
Sonic.
Oh
Yo,
my
God,
lord!
fuck.
I hate fighting Sonic.
Blonic.
Yeah.
To this day.
Where that skin at though?
Yeah, Lucario, fuck him and Incineroar because they do.
Incineroar is pretty retarded too. That was one of the things in the Souls thing that like was really hard. It was just some random fight with him.
Incineroar,
But,
yeah,
dude, it was hard. Like I was using Link and I was like, I just cannot get a leg up on him, so I had to use Little Mac and just out punch him. It was ridiculous.
And then he has that fucking grab to where like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Oh
over
my-
B.
he
That's
throws-
all I use.
Oh my shit! Oh my shit! Him and fucking
not even hear
King
anything whatsoever.
K.
Well, he's.
Rule.
I'm reading his
Yeah.
stuff.
What's up with your mic, Ethan?
One hit little bitches. Seriously though, dude, like when you do like opponent fights, a lot of times you just like uppercut and they're fucking gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like one hit and they're done. You don't
Okay.
even see them.
The one that was giving me a whole lot of trouble, in addition to that one we were talking about with that fucking Curry Charizard, was it was a team battle against Yoshis. But one of the conditions was everybody flies off super easy.
Yeah.
That you just use the super armor or whatever, because that makes you move like stupid slow.
Yeah, but I don't have that yet.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I didn't get it.
I didn't have
I
it.
got it like about halfway through my thing.
So I spent literally 2 hours fighting a group of Yoshis that I would kill maybe 1 or 2 of them, and then they would just jump up in the air and like fist me in the face with their feet 5 times, and then I just fly.
Oh no, I know what
I'm
you're.
so
I
mad.
know which one you're talking about. That one pissed me off.
I'm telling you, dude, one of the hardest ones that I messed with, in the beginning, it was hell. It was like, I think it was a Ness fight or something. The character itself wasn't bad, but the assist trophy that they started with was Rayman.
Oh my.
And it
fucking
literally, like, the
God.
blobs that just, like, beat the shit out of you. Literally, it would, like, hit me this way, that way, that way, and it would just, like, warp everywhere, damage the shit out of me, and they'd, like, fingertip me, like,
And then
poke
you
me,
go,
and I was gone. I'm like, how the hell?
1,000 years of death, bitch.
Yeah. But no, the one that was really, really bad was, it was Ridley, but it was Metal Ridley with curry breath.
Yep.
Ugh.
At, like, that stage.
Crom is a bitch.
He's kind of a badass, too, though.
Crom is a bitch.
I didn't realize they were throwing so many Fire Emblem
Oh my
characters
God,
in
dude, your cats are fucking me up tonight.
They're not even in here.
I know.
Dude, Fire Emblem has, I think,
There's like 6.
Do we have...
Wow.
6 or 7.
there's
Do we
there's
have allergy medicine?
I took some before I came.
Did you?
Yeah.
there's Robin,
I'm so
there's
sorry.
It ain't working.
there's Lucy,
Yep.
there's
Marth, Ike,
Ike,
Lucina.
Dude, Mark was my...
Roy,
Marth
Lucina.
was my
Prom.
saving grace in the beginning of that
So we're up
game.
to 7.
Yeah. And what's that one that has the guy and the girl and can turn part dragon?
Ice climbers.
Nice.
My favorite Fire Emblem characters.
1 sec.
Is
Fuck.
Robin Fire Emblem too?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
So Shulk is Xenoblade, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the only
Shulk is
Xenoblade
Xenoblade.
character?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got that weird ass like technological.
Yeah, I
thing.
was not a fan of him either.
If you know how to use Shulk, he's a fucking headache to deal with. Just cause like
because he's got all those like power ups.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't even realize that Cloud was in the game. Like, I didn't know. So I'm, like, playing along, and I'm like, huh.
New
I didn't know they had Midgar, like, as a stage. I'm like, what the, who is, you know? So then I'm, like, fighting, and I got out of Souls and went back, and it had, like, another character, and I was like, who is
New
this?
challenge.
And I'm like, dude! Like, so
Did
I
he wreck
used
your
him.
face?
No, I molested him. But then I started using him, and I was like, he's not that great. But then, like, I really, like, messed around with him. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Dude, okay, so you notice how like in the game, like if you tried to unlock characters like anyway besides the fucking the World of Light, those characters would fuck you up, like trying to unlock
Yeah,
them.
dude, like, I didn't realize that, but I came back and I had one after I was playing Classic Mode, I think. And, like, I just came out of there, and it was, oh, man, who was it? It wasn't really, like... They were an unassuming character, and I was just like, I got this, and they destroyed me. And I was like, what the hell just happened? Like,
I got
That
fucked up
Animal
by
Crossing
Luigi.
bitch.
I know.
I got fucked up by Luigi. Like, Luigi appeared after I did
Really?
like, the classic mode, and I was like, okay, I got this. I got fucking I got Kid Link. I'm gonna fuck this kid up.
No.
He racked up, like, I was at 60 damage within like 10 minutes of 10 seconds of the fight.
Holy crap.
10 seconds of the fight, and I'm like, what fucking level is this dude on? Let me, like, actually sit up and try and, like...
Dude, you know what I didn't think about, though? I bet if you go through... Like, if you're going through classic mode, though, and your intensity is high up enough, I bet that character is at whatever intensity you end
That
at.
makes sense, though.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
Because
but-
I end most of my classics at, like, 7.5. So it's probably retarded hard once you get to it. Oh, and I will say, too, one of the things I got really excited about was whenever I played through Classic with Simon.
Uh-huh.
When you get to the end, you actually fight Dracula, and it is like carbon copy of like the fight in Castlevania, but
That's
3D.
badass.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Which Castlevania? Like the original one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the original.
That's awesome.
It's cool as shit, but it's 3D. So like you actually fight him, and he's like sitting in the chair with the glass, throws the
Yeah.
glass, gets up,
Damn.
and it's goofy though because the only thing that hurts him is attacks to the head.
Yeah.
So you actually like have to jump and hit him, and it's cool because you have your items and stuff.
Oh, like with
So you have like the cross, you have holy water and the axes and shit, and you
Yeah.
can do it.
That's badass,
It's
man.
awesome. And then you beat him in the first stage, and he transforms, and oh, it's so cool.
That's
And
awesome.
they brought in the freaking.
Bring in Bowsette.
I would kill myself.
If Bowsette comes into the game,
The first trans character.
Oh, Lord.
They brought in the Ganon fight too from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, yeah. They
The
Yeah.
Link's final.
yeah, that was
It's
a bitch.
awesome.
I didn't
With, like-
realize how to like fight him.
Yeah,
until
dude,
I
like with
played 5
Ganon,
tries.
with Ganon's castle from Ocarina of Time in the background, and like fully transformed Ganon. It's awesome.
They did amazing in this fucking game. Like,
Oh,
attention
yeah.
to details that the games that they brought in and everything like that.
And like the mini worlds and stuff, like I sent you that one night. It was like Dracula's castle, but it was the same map style, but you're just going between the areas and stuff, and it was cool.
You too.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best games they came out with this year.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of freaking playtime in it too.
yes.
They really like. I don't know.
I don't even
They're
think
on
I've
some.
unlocked half the characters
Well,
yet.
I'm saying they were on some next level shit though
It took
when they
me
decided
forever
to do
unlock
that.
everybody. I will say that. It took me at least a week to unlock everybody.
It
Dude,
takes
my
time.
fucking buddy from college sent a Snapchat out, and he had unlocked all of them on the first day. I'm like,
Holy
what?
fuck,
What
dude.
are you?
So there's like some cheat you can do to like speed up the process, but if you're just playing like regular Smash, you get a character. I think it's every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or the ability to fight one.
Yeah.
And that's assuming you win all your.
So
fights.
like whenever I did it, I jumped right into World of Light and I was playing that. So then when I came out of there, like
A character appeared.
right, like I didn't know that. I thought you'd have to play through Classic to do it, but like I played for like hours and then I came out and I was like, oh shit, already. You know, and
Yeah.
when you're in that though, you unlock characters also,
Mhm.
like when you fight them and shit. So.
If you do it through the world, like the World of Light thing, you have to complete the story and it takes forever to do, but they're easier to unlock. If you
Yeah.
go the classic route,
they're not as hard whenever you encounter them, I don't think.
Yeah, whenever you fight them, like if you're doing like classic mode or just regular battle mode, they will
They'll wreck
fucking
your shit.
rape you.
They'll
Like,
work.
like
It's like N64, like you finally get to that character and it's like, oh my god, please don't die because I want this character.
it's like when you were trying
like
to.
it's hard.
It's like whenever you were trying to unlock Mewtwo in Melee after like, and he just wrecks your shit, which literally happened this game too because Mewtwo wasn't one of the characters I unlocked in.
It
World
just
of Light.
takes years.
It's like
But seriously,
Mewtwo wrecked my shit and like made me cry.
I actually think Mewtwo is useless. I don't like.
well, he's really.
I don't like him
slow.
as a
In this-
character
in
in
this
Smash
game
though.
now?
I like Mew.
Oh my god! I actually have a story about Mewtwo. Like Mewtwo. Okay, so. Okay, so
I am.
you know how like whenever somebody says like the negative or whatever or like the noob
Yeah.
Saibot from what's it
Yes.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Anyway, so it's like those are all like dark, like their color palette is always black
Yes.
or whatever. So I was
Black.
playing Smash Bros with my friend in college one day, and my friend's like, "I'm gonna use Mewtwo." I was like, "Mewtwo? Yeah, I'm gonna use Mewtwo. He's black." And I'm like,
Oh.
he didn't realize what he said until like I looked at him for a second. And he was like, "Oh no, no, no!"
Oh my god.
He's like, "Don't get the gun." I was like, Too late.
I prefer Jutu. He has the Hasidic curls.
Oh my god.
Complete.
Wow.
His shadow ball has a dreidel in the center.
Oh my god.